But yeah, we will miss Odell. I think he's just taking a voyage with the tornado people. They took him. They're just wanting to see what he has to offer, and they'll probably bring him back.
He's just going later on. He's just going where the wind takes him.
Hey,
like they said. Hey, come on.
Sometimes it takes you up north.
Hey, yeah, but he'll explain when he's back. Though.
We were fucking terrified though. We turned around. We saw him like getting.
We were fucking. I was like,
no.
Hey yo. Four guys with a mic taking on the world.
Yes, sir. So I just can't speak. Like,
good old club soda.
And welcome to Listen Buddy Podcast.
Give us a clap. Yep.
If you feel it,
Twister.
as you like that.
Jason.
We're fucking back.
We are back.
We're back in here.
Hey,
we're
see
back
it.
and we're
back. Come on, another
Hey.
episode, Listen Buddy Podcast. We're missing a single member. We'll address it real quick.
So we basically experienced Twister after we saw Twister, and
It took Odell.
we lost a real one.
Yeah.
Got sucked up real good.
Damn.
Bro got
That's
bobbed.
crazy.
No, what do you say, bobbers? No, what was the word he used? Remember he said something. He's like, instead of eaters, bobbers.
Maybe that. Maybe that.
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Bro got bobbed.
But yeah, we will miss Odell. I think he's just taking a voyage with the tornado people. They took him. They're just wanting to see what he has to offer, and they'll probably bring him back.
He's just going
later on.
He's just going where the wind takes him.
Hey.
Like they said.
Hey.
Come on.
Sometimes it takes you up north.
Hey, yeah, but he'll explain when he's back. Though.
We were fucking terrified though. We turned around. We
I thought
saw
you were
him
just
like
gonna
getting.
say, we were fucking. I was like,
No,
what?
we turned around. We saw him getting sucked away, and we're like, "Holy!" But I mean,
Hey,
I guess
pause.
we're like,
Odell!
but we were just like, we wish you the best.
You know, Big Pookie is one with nature now. So
Hey, he'll be back though. But
yeah, we're back
topic
to-
at hand. You see it. We watched Twisters. Hey,
Twisters, and make sure you note that it's Twisters. There
Plural.
were multiple.
not
tornadoes.
singular Twister.
The first movie, it's
Twisters.
like there's a tornado.
Just
Yeah.
one little
Just
fucker.
one
Just
singular.
one little fucking just mischievous little fucker.
They were like crazy with the tornadoes and Dolby too. Psh,
Yeah, shout out Dolby again.
Shout out Dolby.
as always, AMC A list. Come on, lock it.
Audio is on point. Visuals are on point. But yeah, overall thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it surprisingly was a fun movie. I mean, you think the interest in the movie, but you like from the trailer, but you don't. Like Hamza, when the movie started, he was like, "All right, if the spoiler warning isn't like up already, it's up." When the movie started and she kisses that guy like straight away, Hamza was like, "Okay, that's not actually like the guy she actually."
He's like, I already know. I saw
He
it in
was
the
like,
trailer. There's no way.
it's gonna come to where like she wants to fuck the other.
Yeah, I feel like they did that a lot in the movie where they were like kind of tricking you. They made it seem some
It's
way.
like, will
and then
they, won't they?
Yeah, and then later you actually love that person. They did that like with every character almost. And
Yeah.
I honestly loved it in that movie.
Yeah,
It
at
made it
one
more
point
like-
when the love interest started to become the tornado, I was starting to get a little locked in. I was like, okay, you had me
Yeah,
when you showed the tornadoes like giant
Dude,
badunkadunk, but I was
they
like,
showed like the tornadoes like gooch or something.
Yeah, I
kinda,
was
like,
like-
the inside of the tornado. I was like,
okay, you may be turning me on. You
Bro
may be
said-
twisting me.
Yeah, bro. And then
Jelking to twisters is crazy. But yeah, no. But that whole intro sequence,
solid.
was a solid like captivator, like a solid.
I wouldn't know.
Eon walked
I
in
wouldn't know.
right
Hey.
as the intro ended, and it was the most dramatic shit
Everyone's
that has
Bro,
ever
it was
happened.
actually crazy.
Everyone's
All
like,
right,
oh
I
my
was
God.
late. I went to the Chris Brown pop-up. Hey, shout out Chris
Hey,
Brown.
throw
Y'all
up some
probably-
pictures.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, that's when we popped up. Hey. We had to lock in. Y'all probably saw some interviews or you see the picture right here, Pop. But, hey, we walked in hella late. I think I was like 25 minutes late into the movie or 20 minutes probably, something like that. But I walk in. It was like the most intense thing on the screen. I'm like, holy shit. The tornado was just there. I'm like trying to find H. It's like getting dark. It's like, because I like take one. I take one step into the seat and it just goes pitch black. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't even see the person in front of me.
Void.
And I don't even know what seat number it is. I was like, wait, I can't.
Bro was in the eye of the storm.
Bro, straight up, I was like, I can't keep going. So I had to like back up, and now I'm standing on the light bulb so everybody sees me. You know,
they see
the
like
blue,
just a yellow glow on his
Elon
face.
just spawned
just
in.
a fucking figure, like a silhouette on the left. They're like, what the fuck?
Like, is that God?
And then right after the sequence ended, it like finally cut away, and that was the intro, like you said, and it became like bright, and I was like, oh, there's Dom.
And it was so funny. He just sits down. He's like, hey. And I was like, you just missed the most intense.
You missed the whole lore, the whole like setup of like these characters.
Yeah, and
trauma,
I didn't really
their
understand it at first, but honestly, by the end of the movie, I
motivations,
basically figured out
goals,
like the dynamic and stuff.
aspirations.
Like, yeah, you definitely could have watched it, but I was like, now you just don't have that emotional
Yeah,
tie. You're like, I
exactly.
don't give a fuck
like,
about
fuck this guy.
Fuck these characters.
What the hell?
Fuck the
I
tornado.
thought bro was dating her, like the guy from what was it, Stormpar, with the
Javi.
what was it,
Yeah,
Ram.
the
It was
main
a
guy, I
TRX.
forget his name, but he was in the last Transformers. He was the main guy in the last Transformers.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was.
Rise of the Beast, yeah.
Dude, my beast is risen.
Dude, after seeing Glen Powell, let me tell you, man, my
Hey,
beast fucking.
He was hitting that country.
if you feel it,
If you feel it,
Isn't he
Chase.
Australian? Is that what it is?
Glen
Yeah.
Powell.
I don't know
I
what
don't
it
He's
was.
straight like Texan.
Texan or something.
Yeah, I actually read a thing.
I
Apparently,
didn't realize we had a Glen Powell.
Yeah,
oh,
damn.
trust me, I'm
Like, no.
Stan.
I'm a
You serious?
pollinator. Pollinator.
I'm a pollinator.
Yeah,
I'm a
Powell.
pollinator.
I spread my seed.
I spread my seed for Glen Powell.
Scared.
Boss.
That's crazy.
No diddy. But yeah, no, I thought overall though, I thought it was solid. I thought like how they like, because it really, if you think about it, it's kind of like because they don't reference like any of the like the OG movie at all. And I watched that yesterday, so I was like, are they gonna do it? Are they not? But I thought it was like a what is, there's like a term for it. If y'all have seen Scream, like the new ones, they call it like, it's like a remake-quel, where it's like a sequel, but it's kind of like a remake.
It's in the
It's
same
kinda-
universe.
Yeah, it's like in the same universe, but it's kind of like you're redoing the original one, but then it's also you're also like
Changing it a little
the,
bit.
The original one still happened, but it's kind of like a repeat.
It's
of,
canon.
Yeah, so it's like a remake.
Canon.
I think
History
it's-
of repeats type shit.
yeah, and so it's like, especially watching those back to back, because I watched the first one yesterday, and it literally, even the opening, it's like something happens, some traumatic thing happens with the F5 tornado, someone dies, and it's like a very traumatic thing for like one of the main characters, and then boom, flash forward, and then it's like the whole thing of like, yeah, it's like a will they, won't they? There's like two people who have like a kind of dynamic going on. It's like they had some history, but then now, you know, it's like stuff has happened, so you don't know what's gonna happen. But it's like, even though it was kind of like a repeat, I still thought they were able to like make it fresh, I guess, if that makes sense.
They're going crazy with the effects.
The
The
eff- I think-
tornadoes look so
Yeah.
good.
I think
bro.
that's the big thing.
And we
'cause
watched it in Dolby, like I
Yeah.
just said, so you could like feel the
I
tornado.
will
bro.
say though, the hype about the fire tornado was there for 4
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what
seconds.
I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be like a whole ass fire
I
tornado.
thought it was gonna be,
chasing
because for a second there, I thought it was gonna be like a fire, electricity, like
Yeah.
concoction tornado.
I was like,
Like,
what is
I
this,
guess that's
Battlefield
like-
2042?
them.
I was like,
I guess that's unrealistic, but like I would have been so down to
but
have
in the
that.
trailer, like they,
Yeah, they, like,
were
made
like
it seem-
fire tornado, and
Fire NATO.
yeah,
fire tornado, yeah. But it was literally, yeah, it's like one scene, and then it kind of just goes away.
and then it like it's black smoke, and they're like, so that was that.
Yeah,
That's
nah.
the fire
Yeah.
tornado.
Yeah, my favorite thing from the movie was like all the trucks, bro. They had like the TRX, I don't even know, but then they had
I
like a
don't know.
Dodge. But that one truck Glen Powell had was like this barred up. He had the
like
little
a Ford F-150
the
or
little
something?
plant ground things to like bolt
hooks,
into the ground.
like
yeah,
hooks that like rotate,
drilled into the ground, and
yeah.
then just like planted his truck. And I was like, damn, that's sick, bro. That's
That's
like some
badass.
Batman ass shit. He's like,
Because yeah, his whole thing is he's like the tornado wrangler. So it's like
Yeah.
he tries to like ride because it's like you find out in the movie that he used to be like a bull rider at like rodeos and stuff like that. But he said, I think he said he was like getting tired of like getting injured and stuff. So he's like, all right, let me go do something else. So he went to school, meteorology, and then I guess became passionate about tornadoes or whatever. And so his whole thing is because he has that bull riding background, he like tricks out his truck so that it can like. He's like, he can be in the tornado
Yeah.
and like his car doesn't fucking fly
he
away.
bolts into the ground.
Yeah.
And even if it does, he has that big, all the bars on the outside, like
Yeah.
a roll cage. I was like, damn.
And
He got the
that's
whole
the other
kit.
thing too. I thought that it's
Fireworks.
like, yeah, I thought, but it's like because I was wondering, I was like, okay, like if they do like, because then the first one was like I think mid '90s or whatever. So it's like, how can you update it other than the effects? It's like, okay, of course, it's like he's a YouTuber, like he has like a YouTube
million.
Yeah,
He's got the million sub plaque.
Yeah,
like,
million sub plaque. He's like a YouTuber, and it's like he posts like tornado chasing content on
That
YouTube.
shit was
he's
funny
like
as
he's
hell,
like the
dude.
Mr. Beast of like tornadoes.
yeah, he's like a Coyote Peterson of
Yeah.
fucking.
He had like a crowd
tornadoes.
of people following him watching the stream.
Yeah.
That was actually
Dude, I was like,
hilarious.
okay, so that was actually relevant too, because when streamers, when they
Yeah,
really go
bro.
IRL, they just like gather a crowd.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I thought
like,
that was
lit.
cool that it's like, okay, like, yeah, how are you gonna reinvent it for like, because it's like
They had
if
the
you-
drone
yeah,
and shit.
because if you think about like the concept itself, like especially comparing the first movie to this one, it's pretty similar. Where it's like, okay, tornado, they gotta chase it. They have some technology that they have to like figure out, and even that in the first one, where it's like in this one they kept trying to get like the main girl. She like comes up with this like, I don't know what, like powder or something that like if they
Oh,
put
yeah.
it in the tornado, it can like a substance. It'll
Polymer.
Like,
That's what they
polymer.
say,
It'll
some
like
sort of
it'll like
polymer.
make the tornado like dissipate, like go away. And they keep trying to perfect the formula for that
Yeah.
polymer, and it like
Like
takes the whole,
stops the updraft and we just drink
yeah.
the moisture out
It takes
of the
like the
tornado.
whole
Oh my
movie
God,
for them to do that. And in the first one, it was which they reference at the beginning of this one is these little like
They're like sensor drones.
sensor drone things, yeah. And it's in a machine called a Dorothy, because it has like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz on the side of it. And it's like that was in the first movie. It was like they were trying to get those drones to get lifted up in the tornado so that they could be able to like monitor the tornado from the inside, which
Yeah.
now is like super easy to do because of like, I guess it's like technology's advanced. So now it's like we can monitor the tornado. How do we kill a tornado?
Dude,
Yeah.
true.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like,
And I like how they made you hate the like streamer guy at the beginning, and then like the girl's like going with the other storm park company, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm just gonna go with them because I know him." But then they like flip the script and make you actually love the.
He's
Glen
actually
Powell.
a capitalist pig, and he's taking
Yeah.
the homes
Straight.
from these fucking devastated people.
these
And he had nothing to say.
disaster-stricken residents.
He's like, "Oh, your home just got destroyed.
She's
How
like-
much
Here's
you
a
want for
check
check for $100,000, and that shit's mine."
She's like,
But I'm
I'm
like-
here to save you, and then the girl's like, "Fuck this!" She just finesses the truck and just dips. I'm like, "Damn, she's just gonna take
has
the
to
truck."
go home
Like,
for a little bit. And that
and
was
then Powell just pulls up in the crib, just like, "Hey."
And that was the other thing. In the first one, I low-key think like the first movie takes place like over the course of like a day or two, I think. Like
Yeah, I don't think the timeline is that long.
yeah, and in that first one, this one though, I think there may have been, especially when she goes home back to her mom's house. I'm like, you must have been gone for like I don't know how long.
Well, they said, like
A
from
week.
her going there and her leaving is a week.
A week.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
She said that she was there for a week.
I guess that makes sense.
Then she
yeah.
turned around, like, "You gotta feel it, you gotta chase it."
Yeah.
All right, so what's next on our movie breakdown?
Acting overall.
Solid acting.
Yeah, I like the acting. Y'all said the Australian accent. I didn't really notice, but I wasn't paying attention.
Australian?
Like,
No, I
you know
asked-
the girl who
No,
had the. She had
No,
like-
she's British. The
Oh,
main girl.
British.
Yeah.
Oh, she's British.
He was saying. I think he was asking if Glen Powell's Australian.
no, like you know how you were saying like her accent
Oh,
was
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of coming out. You could tell, but
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell
Really?
that.
It was
Um,
only like certain parts, but yeah, the main girl, I forget
did
her
a good
name. But
job,
we'll
though.
throw it up. Overall, she did a good job, but yeah, with her accent, sometimes I'm like, okay, you're going country, but then you're going back to I guess your New York, like just regular kind of like speaking like
Yeah.
accent, and then British like here and there. So I don't know.
Maybe that
That was my only
intentional.
thing with her.
Maybe it was intentional. I don't know. But
Oh yeah, I will say like I guess my issue, or I guess this isn't with the acting. I guess this is where I have an issue with the story, or I guess I have an issue with just how movies are. Like you're telling me this girl watched her three
Friends.
fucking friends die. She's never been near a tornado since. Like she left Oklahoma and then went to New York. She comes back, the first tornado she fucking sees, like she
just
from
chases it.
Like she doesn't have a panic attack until the very, very end of it. Like you're saying that she's not
Yeah.
freaking out, having all like she passes underneath the bridge where it
And she's
all
like,
happened, and she was just like, bridge.
Bridge, underpass, yeah.
I was like, I feel like people would be freaking out. They'd be like, "Oh my god, like I'm back in this shit."
Yeah,
like, I'm in
literally.
this
I would
shithole."
never drive under that bridge
Yeah.
again after that.
You know what? You know what I just realized? Do you think they got the whole like being under the underpass thing from Man of Steel? Because remember how in Man of Steel, that's how Papa Kent or whatever, that's how he died. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah,
like
yeah.
they have like there's a tornado coming and they go under the underpass and then Henry Cavill's about to go save him and he's like no. Boom, and then tornado just takes him.
I'm sorry to laugh at that. I was just thinking about like the follow up to what I was gonna say. I was like, he looked over at us at one point in the theater. He's like, "That's the new Superman. That guy's the new Superman. By the way, that guy's the new Superman."
I was like, it's like, hey,
You better fly for
Meg's
it.
over there. I'm like, hey, Meg, that's the new Superman.
Yeah, he's like leaning over, yelling at four people down.
That's Superman. He was a little dickhead in the movie, though.
I know.
He's-
Well, once you said it, I was like, why does he look exactly like
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he's
Yeah, they
Superman.
kind of went for like a. I guess they're trying to go for like a more like a
non-yoked?
younger, yeah,
Like just yoked, not ripped,
yeah,
just yoked.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I guess a little younger too. But yeah, he was
And-
also in Pearl as well. So shout out.
Oh,
Pearl.
really?
Yeah.
I also noticed that, and I understand this was like a, what was it, Storm Powell? Storm Par?
Storm Par.
Storm Par? I don't give a fuck about that business.
What is the? I don't know. What
Fuck
is
that
the?
business.
What's the name? Like like what is that name? I don't like. What is that?
Storm Par.
Like
I don't
it's
know.
not catchy. It's not like a play on words. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that name?
Par.
Purchasing agricultural
Oh,
retail.
There you go.
Resources.
Resources. Okay. Anyways.
But back to acting. Glen Powell, he did a solid job, I thought.
Yeah.
Dude, no, what was
were
I
you
going to
saying?
say? I just had like a
A
banger.
brain fart?
Yeah, I just had a banger.
Oh, that
Storm
guy.
Par.
The.
Oh, yeah. So
Storm Par.
I understand that the group was like ex-military, or the equipment they got was ex-military, but their call-outs were so insane. They're like, all right, drop the hatch now, lock it. And they're like, machine is down, sensor is on, let's go. Alpha
Charlie's
team.
up.
No, and then they'd be like, 10 man, are you secure?
Scarecrow out. I was like, oh my God,
like,
we're
was-
taking this so fucking
I'm
serious.
like, yeah, we have nicknames like Wizard of Oz themed for some reason.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
guess
And
that
the
just goes
machine's called
in with
Dorothy.
that just ties in with Dorothy, because there's Scarecrow, Tin Man, and they were Lion, and then the leader
Lion.
was Wizard, so it's like it's
Yeah.
all Wizard of Oz.
So,
I didn't.
yeah, did.
That was a good. I didn't even think about it because Dorothy, and so that maybe they're like paying homage. Look at look at you.
He
So,
said,
so was
Dorothy.
there a yellow brick road in this movie?
Uh,
Metaphorical one?
No, but let me tell you, my
Tornado.
road was bricked.
hey, is it yellow or is it?
Was it
My
yellow?
Pink?
yellow brick road
It's a little
was
pink,
bricks
probably,
for
right?
Sure.
Is it okay?
Oh my goodness.
It's yellow.
Yeah,
it's
it's
yellow.
On
It's
camera?
yellow.
Yeah.
Pull up your story from last week.
Oh.
Nah, that's
Guys.
crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to think who else in the
Acting-wise.
cast stood out. I think we kind of went over. Oh yeah, I looked at it. So in the beginning, one of the three people that dies, it is that girl from Long Legs. The
Oh, the girl that like shaved her head.
yeah,
or not
the, no,
shaved
no,
her head.
in the one from the mental hospital.
yeah. The
when
one
she-
who's like, you went jumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out that girl. I guess she's just in every fucking movie now because she's literally in Long Legs.
I feel like
last
that's
week.
what happens. I feel like actors or actresses like get a lot of jobs like back to back,
Yeah,
and
they
then
grind it
and
out.
then they just like they're in the next 4 movies
Yeah,
that come out of the
low-key.
summer, and they're all
Low-key.
in like different roles.
Yeah, low key. I feel like that's been happening a lot. It's like you see an actor once, you're gonna
Like
see
Glen Powell's on it right
Yeah,
now.
literally.
Like he's got Hitman on Netflix, right?
Yeah, he had
And
Anyone
then-
But You at the end of last year.
Yeah, this one now. What was the one he was in before that where everyone like found out about him?
Top
Or-
Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
something else too. I think.
So yeah, it's just like he's been on a run.
I'm telling you, I think Glenn Powell is like this next generation's Matthew McConaughey. That's the thing, because Matthew McConaughey did.
That's
like,
an awfully hot coffee pot.
Hey, but well, they got
Hot
the
take.
they got the is it a hot take? I'm like they both from like Texas, both went to UT. Like even with Matthew McConaughey in the beginning when he started out, he was doing like the rom-coms, action movies, like all that stuff. He didn't
That's
start doing the
facts.
more Oscar like award-winning stuff till like the end of
Later on
like
in
towards
his
yeah,
career,
he like
yeah.
kind of
Hey,
he,
I'm just gonna find that comparison.
True.
hey, he
Come on.
disappeared for a
Hey.
little bit, then he came back, and then he said, "All right, now let me win some awards. Let me show
Dude,
you how I can fucking."
That's
act."
why, like, I'm waiting for Tom Cruise to drop like another crazy sci-fi. I know Tom Cruise is hated. Like, I know he is a bad person. I understand that. But let me tell you, that man's got like a.
He's got-
He has got a
his
movie
track
list.
record is-
Yes.
Bro, do you see him hanging out of a helicopter or something?
Yeah.
I saw him at Wimbledon. I was watching Wimbledon the other day, and I was like, "Damn,
Tommy boy,
he's
what you
just
doing?
sitting there."
What you doing there,
I was
Tommy
just
boy?
chilling.
Unless it's that impersonator guy that, like, you know, that Tom Cruise
Yeah,
impersonator.
deep fake guy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he literally
Deep
looks
fake
exactly
guy.
like him.
Yeah, but yeah. You said another sci-fi, like what, like Edge of Tomorrow, Oblivion type?
yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, Oblivion, War of the Worlds. Like, I think he is a great contender for
Minority Report?
Minority, like he's a great contender for a sci-fi lead. Like he always knows how to do a sci-fi or just be the actor in
He
one.
just knows how to do just movies, man.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, I'm like, that's a fucking actor right there.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm not to toot Glen Powell's horn too much, but I think I see it. I'm like, this guy's a fucking star.
Not
like,
to be a pollinator.
yeah,
right now.
I mean, not to be a pollinator, but that man's a fucking star. Like, he can act.
Powellin.
Go watch Hitman on Netflix if you haven't seen it. It's really fucking good.
What would you rate Hitman?
That's like an 8.6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What
that's
happens
pretty
in
high.
Hitman? Did I watch that?
It's on Netflix. It's like he's like a
Explain the plot a little bit.
he's like a volunteer. He like helps volunteers with like the police force in the town he's in, and then they have to have him like impersonate a hitman because he has to like help them catch like a criminal, and then from there, other stuff happens.
Oh, and he's just a reporter at first, and he doesn't know anything, and they're like, "Oh,
Not
you're
a reporter, but he's
or
like a
he's like a
volunteer.
volunteer
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something." Okay, yeah.
You just said he's a volunteer. You're like, he's a volunteer.
Nah, but he
He's
like
like a
works.
reporter,
Okay,
though,
I
right?
think I did watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was solid. But yeah, I think that covers like most of the acting. Was there
And
any?
then he
other-
gets that crazy girl, and then she.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. She.
Spoilers.
It's up there.
Glen-
You see it. You
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
it.
there's
Well,
one
that's
on
for
the right,
other
right.
movies. Like,
Yeah, this is a spoiler
this is
warning
a
for
spoiler
everything.
for everything ever in life.
It's up there, so you can't hate
Like-
us. Like, we have it sitting there.
I was like, I knew I watched that shit.
Yeah.
That shit sounds hella. Damn, he is in hella movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Glen Powell. I see.
So
you.
he's
That's
the
fire.
best male actor, right? Who was the best female?
I think the main girl. Oh,
yeah,
you're
the
saying
main
in the
girl
movie?
for sure.
Yeah.
in the movie,
Yeah, I think the main. I mean, she was
That's
really
like one
the.
of the two
She was like the
co-stars.
only female. I mean, like Glen Powell's like team of tornado chasers. They had a couple women, but they're just kind of there. Like they don't. I don't
Drone
think-
girl.
I
She
don't-
was pretty big.
Drone
role.
girl. I don't think any of
was
them.
her
We'll
name?
call her.
I don't know.
We'll call her
Exactly.
Goggles. 'cause,
Yeah.
Like,
Goggles.
she
yeah.
was like AR.
Her
like,
drone was sick though.
Yeah.
She was like fun.
Yeah, she was cool, but yeah, out of the female ones, I think the main girl was the standout. But
100%.
yeah, I think other than that, I thought music wise, I was like, man, there's some fucking jamming country
Oh
music.
yeah,
they
that
got, man.
Oklahoma
I was like-
one.
I was
That
like, yeah.
home in
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma.
Oh, there ain't no. It's not home without Oklahoma.
Oh,
Ain't
yeah,
no
she
home,
was
ain't
singing
no,
that.
ain't no
I was
home
like,
without
I
me or
was like,
something.
hey.
It's something like that. But I was sitting there. I was like, I don't like new wave country. But
David, let me
this-
tell you,
I was
man,
like,
I
this
was-
lyric
I was-
just struck me.
I was
like,
like, this kind of goes. Yeah,
I had
whatever.
some help.
I was like, yeah, this is a bop for-
Myself. Yeah, I was actually surprised. I was like, man, I'm kind of. Okay. I look over at Dom, and everybody's just like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, at one point, I was like, I kind of fuck with this little soundtrack they got.
Yeah, it went
So-
so well with like the twisters and
Yeah.
shit, like hella upbeat. Let's go. But
Yeah, but yeah, I think other than that, directing, visuals, what did y'all think?
It was good.
Let me look up real quick who the director is, because so I know originally the director
Mike
of
Hawk.
it,
director cooked.
the original director of it was supposed to be the director of Top Gun Maverick and Oblivion. That's the
Oh
same
damn,
director.
damn.
So it was originally supposed to be that dude, but
If y'all haven't seen Oblivion, bro,
Hey.
that's a movie.
that was the first movie that I saw. What's her name? Lady Jessica, that actress, wasn't she in that?
No.
Wasn't she like his wife?
Maybe.
Lady
Rebecca Ferguson, is that her name?
Bro just hit a
It
cartoon
is not.
move.
It is not her. No.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's her.
Twister.
But yeah, y'all need to watch Morgan Freeman's in Oblivion.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on. Morgan Freeman's in War of the Worlds. Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman are a dynamic duo.
Oh, so this director, he
100%.
directed one episode of The Mandalorian, which I guess was
Shout
cool.
out, like, Emmy
Um,
Award.
yeah.
I haven't seen
He
one single
directed the
episode.
movie. I remember hearing about this movie, Minari. It's like an A24
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
It
I-
has what's his
Stephen
name?
Wen?
Stephen Yun.
Or Stephen Yun. Sorry.
You got Glenn on the mind.
That's fucking, like, cancelable right there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like,
You
shit.
stupid.
I'm about to, like...
Dude, you Biden.
These 40 views we're about to get's gonna, like... I'm gonna get sent to hell.
We finna see 39 comments, bro.
The fucking 50.
YouTube is a wrap.
Yeah, we're gonna get 50 dislikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 20 views. But yeah, so that's the director. So he hasn't really done much other than this. Like,
Mm-mm.
so this is like his big like blockbuster movie. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Like
that's fire.
I thought directing was solid. It doesn't. I don't know. And I was telling them this like whenever we walked out of the movie. There's just something about like the movies from the 90s, man. That's just like, I don't know if it's because it's like shot on like film, so it's more grainy
Yeah.
or like what it is, but that's just like a fucking movie, you know? I think nowadays, because everything's so clear and like everything's so like
They're trying to
fucking-
make everything like realistic.
yeah,
as
it's like
possible.
super realistic, and I feel like that sometimes takes away. It doesn't feel as much like a movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's still some cool
Yeah.
cinematic
It's like
stuff.
a film.
Yeah. There was still like some cinematic stuff. A lot of like whenever there was like the tornado chase, like anything that was happening with a tornado, I thought it was cool. Like especially whenever they're showing like the inside of the tornado. And then it's like at one point it's like the main girl's like talking about like they're like asking her about how does a tornado form, and it's like she's saying it, and it like cuts from her saying it to
saying
well, to them saying the same thing, but then it cuts to like you're seeing like it's like a National Geographic like diagram of like what it looks like when a tornado forms. I'm like, oh shit, is this like Bill Nye or something? Like, we're getting we're getting like a tutorial of like how tornadoes form, just like out of nowhere. I was like,
character development was lit.
I will say my one beef, I guess I had with it. This is my fucking beef. This is Dom's fucking beef with Twisters. Put it on the fucking news, like front page. I guess I understood that the point of their triangulation of the tornado to
like a 3D like
to
model.
get a 3D scan to understand it was that one part of the triangle needed to be in front of the tornado. But in my mind, I was like, isn't it not just going to get sucked up in the matter of like 4 seconds?
Well, that's what the whole thing was.
They just go and get it?
Well, no, I thought whenever they clamp it, like, I thought that's what the thing was.
That's what I thought. I was like,
but then
okay,
it got sucked up. But I thought maybe they just didn't do it correctly because they were in a rush or something.
But then he was just like, yeah, we're going to go find it. We're going to collect the data and we'll be able to get. I'm like, so you have to like lose a corner every single time and go retrieve it. And they're down.
This is state of the art.
They're like, okay, so it's going to head to a town in like 20 seconds, but I gotta go get that. I gotta go get that data though to let the town know. Like I didn't understand.
Yeah, I was
they're just scanning it to know where it's gonna go.
No, I think it's to know how big it is. It's to let the town know. It's like, hey, there's like a F5.
Yeah, headed your way. You're fucked. Like, you're cooked. Figure it out.
I just thought at one point though, when the tornado was being a tornado and doing something bad,
bad naughty tornado,
bad tornado. They were like, it was showing like people in fear, and then it was like doing a zoom in on the tornado.
Yeah.
I was like, I can just picture like an evil
like
face. It's like I'm gonna kill.
I'm gonna blow you around until you die.
Bro, a decent amount of people fucking died in the movie.
Yeah, I know.
They just started getting flown out, and I was like, damn, at least
they were flyable,
dude. And when those people flew, I was like, I can only imagine that they're just flying like football fields away.
No, they don't even turn; they just get launched.
Yeah, they just get fucking slung. Like they're not. There's no way they can be able to spin. They're gonna go so fast through the tornado. They're just like they're like a football.
Yeah, just catapulted
punch
out.
It, yeah.
Like,
they're like, so we found the body 8 miles away in like a cornfield.
That one I will say, compared to the first one, it's like, but I guess maybe they were just, I don't know if they didn't have the budget or what, but like not as many people die. Yeah, this one I was like, yeah, because it's like that. I feel like that's, to me, it's like. That shows it's like how dangerous. How many people are just getting flown the fuck away?
They were like in the theater, and then like half the theater starts getting like flown out, and you just see the people getting. People in the back are like, "What?"
Yeah, I thought that was a cool reference because in the first one they're at a drive-in, and the same and a tornado hits, and the screen same thing. So it's like I thought that was like a cool callback. Where in this one it's like it's not a drive-in, it's like an old town, like a small town theater. And so I was like, cool. But it was like the same thing. A screen rips. People are just getting fucking cooked.
Also, another little thing I noticed in the very beginning when like they're testing the Dorothy and that girl's like, this doesn't fucking work. It's so old. And I don't know why she's like an old woman.
She's like 90 years old.
The guy's like, bang. He like hits it and then it like doesn't work. He's like, it works sometimes. Then when the girl was having trouble with the buckets at the very end.
Like, why didn't you?
She did
the same
She
thing?
like got frustrated and hit it and then did it again and it worked. She was like, I was like, okay.
So,
I'm like, we tie it in. It comes
full
back.
circle.
I was like, an hour and 40 minutes later, this joke's coming back.
Yep, come on.
Longest running.
There were some gigglers in our theater. There was a couple of families like behind me that were just like.
There was that one guy all the way in the back. Bro. He was dying.
He thought the movie, like especially when that little girl got split in half, he was like fucking dying.
Wait, who got split in half?
Like that one little girl in that scene, like she was holding on to the stop sign and like the tornado just ripped her in half and the dude just started laughing.
Wait, when did she get ripped in half?
Dude, you don't remember the stop sign?
This is the improv we're talking about.
Oh.
This is the improv we're talking about.
Yes, dude. I fucking was dying when that shit happened. Oh my God. I was that guy, actually. The one that y'all heard, that was me.
God, we've got a lot of work to do.
Sorry.
We've got a lot of work to do.
I was like, maybe
Just like breaks rule number 1 of improv. Just
Sorry.
questions.
What?
what? I don't remember that.
What girl? What
What
little
girl?
Nah, he was laughing so
I hopped
loud. I was
into it.
like,
I
bro,
didn't
it's
even
not
fucking
that
listen.
funny. Like,
Yeah, it was.
It
The
was
movie
not-
was not
It
that.
had some jokes, but
it
it
did
was
have
like,
something. Well, there was this one part where he just laughed like line for line for line, like 8 times. What was that? I forgot.
I don't know. The one point me and Hamza laughed was when Glen Powell just spawned in at the barn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
the girl goes home because so,
she don't even get scared,
yeah,
bro.
no. So the
She's
girl
like, "How
goes
are you?"
because she's from Oklahoma, and so she was like in some town. Then tornado hit, whatever, and she's like, oh, I'm sad. I gotta go home, talk to my mom. So she and she had mentioned at some point that she lived in a town a couple hours away.
Pensacola or some
Yeah,
shit.
a couple
Pensacola.
hours away from where they were. And so she goes back home and she's with her mom. And in her barn, she had like a little study area because she was like doing a PhD on like fucking tornadoes, I guess, or something, cloud physics. And like, she's like chilling there and she's like, oh my God, and like reminiscing about her old boyfriend and like just all the old days. And then, yeah, Glen Powell out of nowhere spawns into this barn at her mom's house. And I'm like, dude, what the how the fuck did you find
He
him?
was like, so you're a smarty pants, huh? I was like,
City
I would
girl.
have shit my pants.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, like, fuck
She
outta
just
here.
turns around like, how are you here? I'm like, what the?
Yeah, no, I was like, and at first I was like, is she imagining him? Like, is this like a? Because she imagined the boyfriend at one point, so I'm like, maybe she's imagining.
Oh,
Glen
dude,
Powell
that actually was a good scene where she was like,
in bed.
Oh, yeah.
But also, what was a good little nod was when her, Glen Powell, and that mom and daughter are like
Oh, yeah.
stuck
In
in
the
that one
pool.
place. The mom is saying the same things to the daughter that the original boyfriend said to her.
Like,
she
I
was
got you,
She
I
was
got
like,
you.
I got you. Just hold on. I got you. Just hold on. And like the
Yeah.
camera did like a subtle,
Yeah.
like it did the most subtle turn and then came right back
to make
and-
you think maybe they're gone for
yeah,
a
and I was
second.
like, oh, they're referencing that shit,
Damn, that's
and you
lit.
could see in her face she like gets panicked
She's
because
like-
she's like
she
getting-
hears that. She's like, oh.
she's like getting triggered.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I would rate that movie a solid 7.3.
You go. Let me think.
I'm going to go like 8.4, bro. I fucked with the movie. I ain't going to lie. It was up there.
Yeah,
That's over it because what was the last movie? Long Legs? I gave that an 8.5, I think.
Yeah,
8.6. Something
Did
like
you?
that. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you gave it like an 8.4.
or I think it was
8.2.
8.4. I think you did give it 8.4.
I thought you did 8.2.
I
But
don't
also,
know.
it's like Long Legs and Twisters are not.
Yeah, it's like two different movies,
yeah, I
but
was
like,
like-
this one was like, you know, it's like an easy movie to watch.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Long Legs. You gotta
lock in.
you gotta
But
lock
it's
in
a
little
fun
bit.
movie
It's
to
a fun
not
movie.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably give it an 8.4. I stand by that. Yeah. That's solid.
I'd probably just go, I think solid like 8, just straight 8,
Yeah.
8.0.
It was a
8.0.
fun movie.
Yeah, it
fun
was a fun movie. Fun
Good
movie.
movie.
Fun like summer popcorn movie. Like there's enough like crazy tornado shit like throughout the movie to where you can be like, oh shit, oh my
Yeah,
god, this is
yeah.
crazy. So like
Yeah.
my question is, before we get Ashwin's rating of our review, based on our review,
You already know.
is a
10.
is it would this be considered like a disaster movie the same way like 2012, Day After Tomorrow, like San Andreas? Like is this considered a disaster
No,
movie?
I
because
don't
I feel
think-
like a
'cause it's just-
disaster movie is like the world.
Like something was that bad.
But
I
then,
feel like
what about, like-
tornadoes be
like-
happening. That's
But
like Tornado
like
Alley
San
or something.
Andreas, the rock one about the earthquake. Is that not a disaster movie? I feel like that's
That-
I mean, yeah, I guess it's a natural disaster.
But
movie.
in like, is the earthquake like affecting? It's like the state of California, though, right? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like towns.
no,
and
it's like it's
fucking-
like it goes from all the way from LA to like San Francisco.
Yeah, I think that's more disastrous than like
Then like some rural towns in Oklahoma.
than like Johnsonville, Oklahoma.
Dill City, Oklahoma.
No, don't dox us, bro. Don't dox us. They not okay. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
All right, wait, get the review or get your rating of the review of
The one
Yeah,
that
this
didn't watch the movie, okay?
Come on.
Well, okay.
Quickly, before you give your rating,
Okay.
give us a synopsis of the movie as you've heard us discuss this whole thing. Go from
That's-
start to finish. Tell me what you think happened in the movie.
That's very interesting because I was going to ask you guys a question before I gave my answer.
flipping off of
But-
that.
but that's irrelevant compared to the question you asked, so let me see. So we know there's about 20 to 25 minutes of background story or intro that
Yeah.
my twin missed,
Yeah.
but
L.
it sounded like
L.
it was partially a key, I guess, ingredient in the entire movie. But after that, something happens, and there's fucking tornadoes everywhere. Everyone's fucking dying, but not as much as the first movie.
No. More people are dying in this one compared to the first one.
Oh, I
Is what was
thought
saying.
the other way around.
No. This one definitely had more death.
Oh,
Sure.
that makes sense. Yeah, I was confused because I thought you said
Oh,
it was
no.
the other way around.
Nah,
Okay, yeah,
people
that
were
makes sense.
dying.
That one, like, I feel like really there was like not much death except for like a couple, like I think 2 people.
Maybe
from
those
whatever.
were real actors, and this is like all like AI, so they were able to afford more people dying, I guess.
Yeah, it's all green screen, you know.
But yeah, that's going up on the Wikipedia for this movie. That synopsis.
There's a lot of shit. This
And
this
then,
and that.
Of course, there's the bridge. You
Hey.
know,
The underpass.
the bridge.
Nah,
Bro, that pool scene was crazy
I-
too.
that's-
Full scene was.
You said the pool scene, you know.
That shit was crazy.
as far as the movie itself and the plot, I can't speak much on that, but just as a general vibe, I would say that based on what Hamza said too, it played a good amount of homage to the previous
Ooh.
movie.
I like that word.
And,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't really know a lot of big words, you know. Sometimes I like
Twister? Is that a big word?
Twister. Twister's.
I'll show you a big word.
Hey,
Hey.
come here.
Hey.
All right, what's
I'm
your
a
rating?
pollinator.
What's your rating of the rating?
My rating of the rating, I think, based
Of the
on what
movie.
you guys are saying, it had great visuals.
Bars.
He's seeing it now.
The the trailer, the movie lived up to the trailer, kind of. It just left out some parts.
We got twins.
It was Dolby, so I'm assuming the sound was great. So based on what they're saying, I would give this movie a 7.7.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey,
77.
that's solid.
77 twisters.
Hey, well,
seven twisters.
that's our new like street gang. 7 twisters.
77.
Don't fuck with us. We'll suck you up and sling you
Oh my-
fucking 8 miles
we
away.
go twister.
And when
We
you
gonna
feel it,
Twister.
Are we going twist?
Chase it.
Twister, I barely know her.
Hey, go on.
Hey,
Hey,
let's cheers it out.
let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
Come on.
You gotta like. Oh. I caught that too.
And yeah, this is another episode in our segment on Listen Buddy Podcast, Sun-Dried Tomatoes. Next week, we got a banger coming with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And we got a couple more exciting movies coming in August as well, so stay tuned.
Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thank you.
Come on. And that brings us to the end of another episode on the Listen Buddy podcast. If you enjoyed the conversation as much as we did making it, don't forget to share the love and hit that subscribe button. Reach out on all social platforms at Listen Buddy Podcast and be sure to drop a like and comment below. Stay tuned for more episodes every Friday, and as always, listen, buddy.